Alright, guys, I don't know how to start this video. I really don't.
Cincinnati Bengals. I don't know what to say, really. I mean, this ain't like it was week 6 when they had most of their starters in, like Andy Dalton and A.J. Green, and they were looking promising at the start of the season.
Although we, of course, said that we wouldn't jump into the hype because we all know how this ends with Marvin Lewis, and look at them now. They're 6-9, possibly going to go 6-10. Either way, they have a losing season under Marvin Lewis again. He's probably going to get a 100-year extension under fucking Mike Brown because he's a fucking idiot. But yeah, man, Steelers versus Bengals, man. Last time we faced them in week 6, it was in their house, 28-21. We get the victory. It's in our house this time. Very big game. As you guys know, we're in a very tight spot. If we win and the Browns beat the Ravens, we take first place in the AFC North and we make the playoffs with the number 4 seed. To be quite honest with you, we shouldn't even be in this position.
We shouldn't. We should not have to rely on the freaking Browns to save our season.
Nor should we have to rely on any team. Like, literally, we should be in the fucking playoffs right now. Let's be real.
With the talent that we got,
seriously,
offense and defensively.
I mean, it speaks for itself. 2,000-yard receivers, 200 receiving receivers, 100 reception receivers. We're gonna have Ben, who's probably gonna hit 5,000 yards for the first time in his career, most touchdowns in his career. We have 3 amazing running backs. Well, 2, but I don't count really. But if you count Le'Veon Bell, then yeah, 3. But he's obviously not gonna be with us no more. So, but you get what I mean, man. And a defense that is rising. Our front 7 is really good. Secondary still has its issues, but I mean, it speaks for itself, man. Especially, I mean, these last 2 seasons really speak volumes. We all know what happened last season. 13-3, number 2 seed, first round bye, home field advantage, and we lose to a fucking team that is not even top 10 in the NFL this year.
Well, that's not even in the playoffs this year.
Well, they are.
And we lost to a quarterback that's going to be released next season.
Exactly.
And Blake Bortles.
If you think of it, they are top 10. They're top 10 in the fucking draft.
Yeah.
It's pathetic.
It really is.
And then after everything that we have this year, arguably a much better team, and we're probably not even going to make the playoffs. I'm not going to lie. I would not be shocked whatsoever if the Browns beat the Ravens and we lose to the Bengals, because Mike Tomlin's probably going to do some stupid bullshit where he underestimates the talent, he underestimates the team, and we fucking lose. I mean, look what happened.
It's what Mike Tomlin usually does.
And look what happened with the Raiders. And let's not forget, this very team that we're facing this Sunday, the Bengals, fucking destroyed the fucking Raiders. A week after we faced them. A week after we lost to them.
And may I remind you, Andy Dalton and A.J. Green were not playing in that game. Jeff Driscoll fucking destroyed the Raiders. But Ben Roethlisberger couldn't do that. I don't care if it was away. I don't care if it was in Oakland.
I understand.
You don't lose to a 2-10 Oakland Raiders.
Yes, it's pathetic. It is very fucking pathetic. Who's that all fall on? Mike Tomlin and the coaching staff. Completely. It's all the coaching staff, man. We all know the talent that we got. It all falls on the coaching staff, man. We should not be in this position.
We shouldn't be.
We shouldn't have to rely on any team. Not even the fact that we have to rely on the Browns of all fucking teams is pathetic. I mean, the Browns are looking very good. They have a very big possibility of beating the Ravens, and I'm not gonna. I do hope that they beat the Ravens and we beat the Bengals so that we can make the playoffs. Now, will we go far in the playoffs? Personally, I don't think so.
Probably not.
Honestly, we don't even.
Probably not.
I hate to say it, but we don't deserve to make the playoffs, man. We are not playing very well. I mean, our defense has been looking pretty solid the last 2 weeks. Our offense, we all know our offense is capable of, but the coaching staff, can we trust the coaching staff to get us far?
Exactly.
You can't even coach. We can't even trust the coaching staff to get us in the fucking playoffs with one of the best teams in the league. How the fuck are we gonna trust them to get far in the playoffs?
I don't get it.
It's sad.
I really don't get it. It's pretty embarrassing.
It is very
embarrassing.
embarrassing.
We gotta rely on the Browns.
Or any team of that matter.
It's pretty embarrassing.
We should already be in the fucking playoffs. We already should have clinched a fucking playoff spot. We should already clinched the AFC North. If Mike Tomlin didn't underestimate the fucking Raiders and the Broncos, and if he didn't let the fucking and it wasn't. I mean, this thing specifically wasn't just Mike Tomlin; it was the players as well. But if they didn't let the refs control the game against the fucking Chargers, if they didn't blow a 16-point lead, then yeah, But still, who does that all fall on? Who makes the game plan? Mike Tomlin. And we're not here on some fire Mike Tomlin shit, but he definitely needs to be on the hot seat. We kind of had a setback on that argument. And yes, he did beat the Patriots, but let's be real. I mean, the Patriots, let's be real, they got lucky with that second seed this year.
Mm-hmm.
Texans should have had that. They kind of got lucky. The Patriots are not. I trust me. I love the fact that we beat the Patriots, man. I really do. I'm gonna hold that dearly. I love the fact that we beat the Patriots. We finally did it. You know, that's great. But let's be real. The Patriots aren't really looking like the Patriots this year. Tom Brady's on the verge of retirement. Gronk is definitely on the verge of retirement, or at least being released. He was contemplating retirement when they threatened to trade him. And he's not really the same Gronk of old. You know, I'm not.
The receivers aren't even that consistent.
Yeah, and I'm not taking anything away from the Steelers beating the Patriots. That was a very great win. That was a great team win. That was a very great.
Yeah, because the Patriots are always a hard team to beat.
Of course.
But you gotta think the Patriots are not the Patriots of old.
Right.
They aren't.
Like I said, I'm not taking anything away from that victory, but you know, I'm trying to put a little dose of reality in.
But if you look back at the season, look at us right now, it's like it's pretty disappointing.
Right.
I understand it was a very tough schedule, but you knew that you needed to win these games when it mattered the most,
and the fact that
you failed to do that,
and we had the team to do so. So, but yeah, this is a very big win, guys.
Against Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, offensively, they don't really got anything besides Joe Mixon and maybe Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, Tyler Boyd, I gotta give him a lot of credit, man. Someone who was what the fuck? So I think it was my hoverboard. I'm sorry. Yeah, I got a hoverboard for Christmas. By the way, we want to before we get into the game, we definitely want to wish all you guys. Hope you guys had a great, merry, safe, and fun Christmas and happy holidays to all you guys. Hope you guys had a great holiday. But yeah, the Bengals, man. I mean, Tyler Boyd, I gotta give him a lot of credit. Someone who was considered a bust has definitely performed at a definite number 2 spot this year. I think him and AJ Green could definitely be a great duo in this league down the road if they could just get a better coach and a better quarterback. Honestly, in my opinion, if it wasn't for AJ Green, Andy Dalton would be nothing.
Yeah, really.
So, but yeah, they have no one but Joe Mixon, man, and I gotta give credit to Joe Mixon, man. He is a monster. He is a freak. He is a hell of a player.
Yeah.
And I do worry about him a little bit, but I do have a little trust in our front seven to try to slow him down. On their defense, I mean, you know, we all know the front seven. We all know the defensive line. It's freakish. It's fast. It's young. It's fierce. The secondary outside of maybe William Jackson and Jesse Bates it doesn't really excite me much.
It doesn't really speak out, you know. But they are one of the worst, arguably the worst defense in the league.
Yeah, up there with the Chiefs and maybe even who's up there? Maybe the Raiders as well.
Yeah.
So but I mean,
if you really think about it, the Bengals really got nobody outside of Mixon on the offense and defense. Probably Jesse Bates,
possibly,
or Geno Atkins. Really, that's probably it.
Right, but you know, like we said at the beginning of the video, man, Tomlin can't be on this underestimating, you know, play down, play limited bullshit. Because if we do that, then honestly, in my opinion, I'm not underestimating the Bengals here, but I mean, let's be real, they are bearing injuries a lot, and they are pretty weak. And Marvin Lewis is not. I don't know why he's still a fucking coach. I don't know why he still has a job. I don't know why he's not on the couch, enjoying a fucking cold beverage at this very moment. But
I don't get it either. I just guess the Bengals want to lose.
I guess
they're just desperate to fail, really.
Pretty much. I mean, Mike Brown and Marvin Lewis are two things that just don't mix well. So
yeah, really.
I'm not underestimating the Bengals, but honestly, we should definitely win this game. This is obviously a must-win. This should be a definite win.
Yeah, and at home too.
But I would be extremely disappointed if we play very down and really underestimated talent, man. I'm not taking anything away from the Bengals. They still have a little good amount of talent on that very down and limited and bruised team.
Right, but they don't have all the playmakers and stars that they did back in Week 6.
Of course.
So this is a completely different Bengals team.
Of course. And as in a team that we should definitely destroy or have a very nice, smooth, great victory with.
Yeah.
But if we underestimate them, then, you know, it's I mean, if we get the win, I'll be good. You know, yes, we got the win. And if the Browns are able to get the win, then yeah, that's good and all.
Yeah.
But we can't be underestimating bullshit if we're going to try and make the playoffs.
Exactly.
Because no one's going to take us seriously, and that just speaks very, very bad and low for us in the playoffs, honestly.
Exactly.
So, Bengals, man, basically I can see our offense having a great game. Ben's obviously, he's definitely on the verge of 5,000 yards. He already broke his most touchdown passes career record.
Yeah.
AB, Juju, I mean, what do you want me to say about that? It's the best wide receiver duo in the fucking league.
Exactly.
And I don't know if we're getting Connor back.
I believe we are, but if not, then obviously Samuels, you know, do what you gotta do. You know, be a monster out there like you've been the last 2 weeks.
Right, of course. As for the defense, man, pass rush, obviously get to Jeff Driscoll. Secondary, I mean,
do more man coverage and make some turnovers.
Yeah, seriously. I would not underestimate any of their tight ends, though. They do. Tyler Eifert is still obviously out for the year. But I would definitely not underestimate the tight ends because they do have a pretty nice tight end core. You know, when Tyler Eiffel's been out, they have had a few tight ends that have been able to come in.
Yeah, Tyler Croft and CJ Uzama, I think his name is.
Yeah, so I definitely wouldn't underestimate them. But it's pretty self-explanatory. Pass rush and more man coverage, and like you said, create some turnovers. So it's a very simple game plan heading into this game, but it's all matters on the Browns, man. We should not underestimate the Bengals coming to this game. This is a definite must-win. We should honestly keep the Browns and their victory in the back of our minds and focus on this game first. But this should definitely be a must-win. This should definitely be a definite win for us. If it's not, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
Yeah, seriously. Like, this has got to be a must-win if we want to make the playoffs.
Seriously. And obviously, in the back of our minds, we just got to hope the Browns get the victory. If they don't, then so be it. Honestly, we don't deserve to make playoffs. And if we make playoffs, sure, I'll be excited, but honestly, I don't see us getting far with this coaching staff. I know we can get far with this team, but with this coaching staff, I don't have faith in it.
Right.
We haven't been able to do it the last few years. The farthest we went into playoffs with this coaching staff was the AFC Championship game, and we got blown out. Last year, we had probably the most talented team we've had since the Super Bowl era 10 years ago.
And we went one and done at home.
Against a team that's only top 10 in the goddamn draft this year. What does that say about our coaching staff?
Exactly. I'll tell you what, if we make playoffs or not, we got to make some adjustments to this coaching staff. Desperately.
Personally, I would much rather not make the playoffs so we can get a higher pick and a much better chance of getting a more impactful player because last time we didn't make the playoffs and we were able to get a pretty decent pick, we got Ryan Shazier, and look what he did for us before that unfortunate injury.
Exactly.
But what does that tell you, man? Higher picks obviously give you more impactful players, but I think sure, we can make the playoffs, but I think our game plan here should just get a higher pick to get a more impactful player. Yeah. I'm not saying to go out there and purposely lose the game, show a little heart and everything, but I would not be mad or upset at all if we don't make the playoffs because, 1, we don't deserve it, 2, I don't think we're going to get far, and 3, we can get a more impactful player that way.
Right.
So, that's just me. You guys may have a different thought, but, this defense needs help. On the secondary, a little bit on the linebackers.
We definitely need to get a new defensive coordinator.
Yes.
And head coaching job, it's an option to look at. It really is.
Right. Now, I wouldn't mind keeping Keith Butler, but demote him. He should not be a defensive coordinator. Take him back as a linebackers coach, man. I would not mind that whatsoever. He was a very good linebackers coach before he was promoted. When he got promoted, he didn't do shit. I wouldn't mind demoting him back to his prior role. Maybe promote Joey Porter. Maybe go get Rex Ryan. Maybe Tony Dunn. Who knows? There's a few guys that we have. We have a few options at defense coordinator, but that's another topic for another day, another video for another day, and everything.
Yeah.
Which we'll probably make definitely around the offseason. So, Steelers vs. Bengals, man, must win. If we lose, sure, it sucks, but so be it. At least we get a higher pick in the draft, a chance to get a more impactful player, which we all know we need. So, hopefully we do get the dub. Hopefully we do make the playoffs. But at the same time, if we lose, sure, I'll be disappointed, but at the same time, I won't be mad because what I just said.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know what you guys think comments below. Let's get this dub, and Browns, please do what you gotta do.
Yes. And honestly, I can see the Browns winning, but the Ravens, they already lost to the Browns this year. And if I know the Ravens like I do know the Ravens, they're going to come out and play like they want to like they want the playoffs.
Yeah, they're going to decimate them Browns.
Right, and they haven't had a taste of the playoffs since 2014. So they're definitely going to want a taste of the playoffs again in that AFC North title. And that's out of nothing but respect from us. Mm-hmm. So if the Ravens win it, congratulations. If we win it, yay, I guess.
But we'll see what happens this Sunday.
Yeah, man. So let's get this win. The Browns, do what you got to do. If not,
you're the Browns, though.
Right, but let's look. If we win, let's go for the playoffs, man. If we don't, let's look forward to the offseason and for the draft, man. So let's go, guys.
Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you later.
Peace!